Hi there, my name is Jacob Nieder, and for my Supabase Hackathon project, I created something that I've been working on sort of for the last year. An idea I had to create a site for Angular starter projects to help other Angular developers find open source examples on how to use different libraries and services in an Angular app. So I started on it about a year ago with a serverless backend, but was having a lot of trouble just due to the over complexity with it. And since Supabase came out with a hackathon event this year, I figured I'd give it a go and try it out. I've never used Supabase before, and I really, really loved it. I love being able to, so easily create database tables and policies to manage them, and setting up authentication was super easy. Querying the database, managing it, and updating it, everything like that was super easy. So, just really excited to share this with you, and grateful for the opportunity. And thanks for listening. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to go to https angularstarters.io. And as you can see, there are no starters created and live on the application. So what we want to do is we want to sign up so that we can create an account and create some starters, submit them for review to the Angular Starters admins, and get them approved and live on the site. So to sign up, you just sign up with your GitHub account. So I'll go ahead and continue with my GitHub account. And for you, what will happen is when you click that, it'll redirect you to GitHub, and it will ask for permissions to link your account. And then if you accept those, it'll redirect you back to the Angular Starter sign-in page. It processes that information. It uses your avatar from GitHub, your username, and your full name, and it saves it to Supabase, to a profile database. And we use that to basically keep that information available so that whenever you publish a starter, you already have some profile information that we can attribute it to you publicly. And so all of that happens on the fly. So every time you log in, on the first time you sign up, and every time thereafter that you sign in, we make sure that we grab the latest avatar, full name, and username from GitHub to update your Angular Starters account. So I'm in my account now. Obviously, Jacob Nieder, my GitHub username is jnieder, and then I have my avatar here. And I'm just viewing my starters dashboard. So here's where I could view any starters that are associated with my account. Obviously, I don't have any yet. So I want to create a new one. So then it takes you to this new starter page where we can fill out some information about our starter. So the starter name, which will be Angular User Base Demo. I'll grab the GitHub project URL from here. I'll pre-populate the package.json file with the form that will eventually be used to analyze dependencies for the project that will link to NPM on the public starter page, and also analyze what your Angular version is of the project. I'll get the demo URL from here. I'll grab the project description from the README, and then I'll upload a screenshot of the demo, and I'll include some categories, so like Angular 10, user base, end-to-end encryption. Sounds good. And I'll save that. And then it just takes me to this page where I can update any information about the starter. I can delete it if I want to. I can leave comments for the admin team. I can't change the status of it right now. It just stays in review until the admin reviews it and either accepts it, rejects it, or requests for revisions. And then I'll go ahead and view this from the admin perspective. So I'm logged in as my admin account here. And of course, admins can view any starter. So I'll go ahead and go into it here. I could edit any of it that I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave feedback for the starter that the user submitted. So I can click here to view the different statuses. I can either activate it, which will make it public. I can reject it, which means it's not approved and we're not going to approve it. We don't want any revisions. It's just simply rejected. Or we can request for revisions. So just to show you, I'll request for revisions here and just say, please add some more categories. And I'll save that here. And then you'll see that I changed the status from review to revise, and I just added this comment for the user. And I'll come back here, I'll refresh. And as a user, I can see that the admin has requested some revisions, and he wants me to add some more categories. So I'll come down here and I'll say, okay, well, it's also serverless, file storage. I'll say data sharing, and I'll add these. Okay. So now these are saved. So now what I can do is I can say, okay, I made the updates. Please review at your earliest convenience. And I'll put it back into review and save it. So now the admin can see that the user has changed it to review. So he's requesting a review. And he said he's made the updates and to review at our earliest convenience. I could see he made the updates, looks good. So I could say, okay, let's go ahead and make this thing active. Looks great. Making it active. All right, so now we can see that it's been changed from review to active and it looks great, making it active, okay? So let's refresh this from the user perspective. We can see that it has been made active. Looks great, making it active. Now what we can do is we can go to the Angular Starters homepage and we can see it here. So we can see the title, Angular User-Based Demo, the just kind of truncated description, the created date with the user's name and avatar, and then the image. And then we can also click on it and view it here. So you can see the title, the description, the GitHub URL, which we could click on. It would take us to GitHub. We can see the demo URL and all of the categories. And I'm sure, of course, this will be fixed by the time this video is completed. So now we'll go back to home. And as an admin, I could also easily say, I need more revisions. I could reject it altogether and so forth. So an admin has all of those privileges. And then, of course, as a user, let's say I want to make additional updates. Let's say I want to change the name from Angular User-Based Demo to Angular User-Based Starter. I'll come down and I will save that update. And then I'll leave a comment for the team and say, I've updated the starter name. Take a look when you have a chance. And I'll put the status into active. And then what this does is whenever I save the new starter name, what it did was it created a new record in a new database table for this that holds the changes separately from the live changes. So we can go to the live site and we can see that although I've requested changes to be renamed, these changes aren't live until the admin approves it. So now as an admin, I can refresh the page, or if I'm at the starters page, I can see that it's set to review. I can click on it and I can review it. I've updated the starter name. Take a look when you have a chance. Yep, the admin can see, yep, it looks good. And whenever the admin approves it, looks good, going live. As soon as it's put into active, now we can go back to Angular starters, and we can see that the starter name is now updated. So now you've gotten to see all the various ways that you can manage starters from a user perspective, and then for me as an admin perspective, what it looks like to create a starter and go through that process, see it approved, and see it live. So yeah, sign up for an account, create some starter projects in Angular using libraries and services that you love to help other Angular developers out there learn more about Angular, learn more about these services, and how they can make some great web apps and websites using Angular. Thanks for listening.